I think so. Maybe like the seed, like you're saying about the seed, it's like the riffs. Like in rock, we would call them riffs, right? And like music, like Three Blind Mice or Mary Had a Little Lamb, or things that like you could teach a child are the things that we remember. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one of the riffs, like in rock, it would be riffs, right? And like I grew up listening to rock. Do you know what I'm saying? And so like when I got that saxophone, I played. You know what I mean? Like I just somehow knew it in my head just from like I didn't know the name of the band. I didn't know the dude that wrote it. I don't know when it was written. I just knew that like it would connect it with me. And I feel like like maybe they're not called riffs or like, but they're melodic phrases. They're melodic phrases.
Okay.
And it's like you like have set so many seeds out, like you said, like so many seeds out that like my first job ever as a touring musician, right, was to play with this group called Black Sheep. I was gonna play you the bass line to see if you remember it, but it doesn't matter. Like it's a classic sample of yours. It goes doom 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 doom. When you played it, you didn't play it over and over because I listened to the like where you played it. It was like a bass solo, and you just kind of like start the solo with it, and then like it got sampled and cut up and like loop. But like my job was to just be you, like just one like 6 seconds of your just like seed, like you said, like that seed was passed to me. Like it was passed to many other people, like the person that heard that record that was like, that right there.
Got it, yeah.
Yeah, we need that. Like that's it right there. And so like, I just think it's just amazing that you've like had so many amazing seeds.
Well, I think what's even more amazing is that whoever decided that would be a nice thing to add to their project, I'm sure they heard other records. They heard other bass players. They heard other ideas that were interesting because they would require them to just say, wait a minute, what about that? There are all these choices that they made. All the hours they spent just listening to other music. That just blows me away that they decided that this thing that I played, this is what they were looking for. After all these efforts of listening to other people play, that doesn't really. I'm just playing the tune, I'm playing the solo, whatever it is, man. I'm trying to get a bowl of cornflakes tomorrow morning for breakfast. You're talking about some other...
Who's doing it?
Yeah. That's me. That's just that. Yeah. We're in New York. And in New York, all the guys who play good come to New York. You can get to New York from anywhere in a heartbeat, man. You could have called a name of a bass player anywhere, and he or she would have been happy to come here and do this project. But whoever they are, they decided that what they need is this.
They need Ron.
And I happen to play this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's phenomenal to me, man.
Can I say something else about how phenomenal it is?
No. I'm not to blush.
Let me just add this one thing before we move on from this tune, because this is the first thing that like I was ever hired to do, so it has a sentimental thing to me. And when I first heard your name, it was connected to that.
Okay.
Because I didn't know what it was. I had never heard the song. Like when that song came out in 1991, I was 10 years old, and I just didn't catch it at the time. And when I went on tour, I was 25 years old. And so I'm listening to this record. I never heard it before. It's a banger. There's no doubt about it. It's amazing. I learn it. I go on tour. And then they tell me, you never heard it? Ron Carter. Ron Carter, who's that? And that's the first time I ever heard your name. And this is like 20 years ago. And I lived 3 blocks away. And that was the crazy thing is I toured. It was 3 blocks where the tour started where I left from. Anyways, on that record, which is amazing and phenomenal, is there's 2 Ron Carter samples on there. There's 2 samples of you from 2 different records that were recorded in 2 different times. Because I went back and like somebody, they do videos on this stuff where they can break it down. And I was like, I gotta know. I'm about to go interview Ron Carter. Like, I gotta have the information. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, there's 2 samples. And there's 2 things that you played at different times. And they were put to like back together. And like, that's like the seed that like, the tree for the whole earth. As long as you got a little Ron Carter, like we can move anywhere and just boop, boop, boop. Like we got whole trees again. You know what I mean?
But just think if someone had stolen that idea or had taken that phrase that was worthy of being reused in that format, to think that they're the only person who happened to catch that thing at a club and will listen to it and then share it with anybody because they knew it was something wrong in stealing it in terms of no permission and you were supposed to don't record it in the club stuff.
Right.
Yeah. What are the odds of that happening, man, of its own volition?
Right.
None. And the reason it happened is that someone heard a legitimately released record that they could buy legitimately and keep playing until they figured out what was on there that was attractive to them to use in this project and in that project. You know, my concern with that usage is that they didn't have permission and they didn't pay for it.
Right.
And they made money off of it. I think that's not, how to say this, they're advertising fairness.
Right.
But they're stealing to advertise fairness.
Right. I understand.
That doesn't work too good.
And you're the one, and it's your voice.
Yeah, it's my
voice.
Concept, basically.
Yeah.
The deep fluid. I'm okay, you know. It's like a whole wheat or rye, you know. It's two different breads, but they're both bread.
Yeah, it's all goes, as long as it goes to the same address.
Yeah.